Hey YouTube, thank you for watching today's video. My name is Dave, and today, how to get out of your head. I think this is a very pertinent topic. There's a lot of information here. I think in general, this is a cause of a lot of people's problems. The unexamined mind, the undisciplined mind will just take your life in random directions or just repeating self-destructive behaviors over and over again. And so this is definitely a problem that I think a lot of people need to learn to overcome today. And we're going to give you some tips today on just how to do that. So, how to get out of your head. First of all, we're not going to 100% tell you to stop thinking here. This is not about achieving some type of no mind or state of being where you're just walking around and your mind is blank all the time, because that's not how to get out of your head. We want to calm your mind and quiet your mind and learn to observe your mind, and then give you some tools to help skillfully manage all of the different types of thoughts and things that are spinning out of control in your own head. And so if you can skillfully manage that, that is a fantastic way to get out of your own head. And so I'll give you some tools on how to do that. But first, just to quiet your mind, just quickly, breathing is the main thing you need to do to quiet your mind. When breath goes fast, thoughts go really fast and spin faster and faster. And when breath slows down, your mind will slow down as well. So take a few minutes to just lay down, slow your breathing down, and just start to observe your thoughts. And that is the first thing and the most basic step to do in terms of wanting to get out of your own head. Now, if you don't even have time to do that, then even just as you go out through the day, whenever you find yourself building tension up in your body, just take like a deep breath and pause and relax, and do that once or twice, and then you can move forward with your day. So it's a very simple practice of just slowing your breath down, but it can have very powerful and prolonged lasting effects on your state of being and your state of mind. So once you've relaxed a little bit, slowed down your thinking, the first thing you need to do is learn to start to recognize what your thought patterns are. And in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 different common themes of thinking that we all do in our lives and how they get us into trouble, and how and some skills to help manage and negotiate those 5 different themes of thinking. The first type of thinking or thought pattern that most people are going to experience at some point in their life is the worrying mind. And the worrying mind comes from a place of either a lack of confidence in yourself, or lack of trust in yourself, or lack of confidence or trust in the process of life or the world around you. And the worrying mind, all it really wants is just to feel safe, and that's it. And so the problem with the worrying mind is it's always about something that is going to happen in the future. It's never about what's going on in the present moment. It's always about, I'm worried about what's going to happen tomorrow or the day after, or I'm worried I'm going to miss my bus, or I'm worried I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. They're all things that happen at a later date. They're never right here and right now. And when the mind starts to worry and spin out of control, you start to buy into those thoughts as if they're actually true or real. And then you start to act in a way that tries to get around those situations in your head that you think might happen, but not always do. And so to skillfully manage the worrying mind, there's 2 things you can do. The first thing is present moment practice. And this is a very powerful practice, because the worrying mind is always jumping off into future events. When you recognize that, always bring yourself back into the present moment. Take that breath, settle yourself down, recognize what you're doing, and just say, okay, there's my worrying mind again. It's just doing what it always does. It's just trying to protect me. And just by naming it and recognizing what you're doing, you're creating some distance between you and that worrying mind. You're no longer sort of in the throes or under control of it. You're now looking at it from a little bit of a distance and slightly detached from it. So when you can recognize it and name it, take that breath and then just ground yourself into the present moment. What is going on around me? I'm just sitting at home, I'm watching TV, or I'm making dinner or something, and all the thoughts that I'm worrying about have nothing to do with what I'm doing now. So just focusing on the present moment is a really, really powerful practice to get around the worrying mind. The other thing you can do for the worrying mind is observing over time how a lot of the things that you just worry about never actually come to pass. It's just wasted energy on things that never actually happen. And you think something bad is going to happen. And then when you come to that scenario or situation and it never does, and 95% of the time, the things that you are worrying about actually never come to pass. They're just creations of your own thoughts and your own fears. And if every time you go in a situation, you can recognize the thing that you were worrying about did not happen, you actually have to then say to yourself, there was my worrying mind again. I was just losing control there for a moment, but this never actually happened. I just wasted my energy, or something along those lines. So have some type of mental affirmation to reconfirm that the things that you're worrying about never actually happened. Over time, when you practice this, the present moment practice, and learning how most of the things that you worry about don't come true, you actually start to build a lot more trust and a lot more confidence in yourself. You never really see strong and confident people worrying all the time. So these are practices that can help you build your confidence and build your trust that everything is just going to work out fine, even if it's not what you're expecting. And that is very, very powerful for learning to master the worrying mind.